Dussen. It swings again.
Van der Dussen, the wonder about this, but every now and then, as well as you're playing, you can get done by a piece of genius bowling, and that's what that is. It's angling into middle leg. He looks to hit it through the onside because he can trust the surface. He thinks he can trust the surface. It straightens on him. How big a moment for Mitchell Santner, who is playing a bit of a lone hand here at the bowling crease, but it's a good one. Van der Dussen's innings was very good too, 69 from 66. It's 161 for 3.
Heinrich Klaasen walks out to the middle. The hopes will be pinned on him. Look at that ranking, ICC ODI ranking at number 3. Look at his career, 44 and a half at a strike rate of 117, just over. He's in because of an absolute jaffa.
I think the key to this one, Tom, was the trajectory. It wasn't thrown up at all. So as it comes out the hand, it's flat. And I think that's why Van der Dussen thought, well, that's just going to slide on, but it didn't. Came out flat, just gripped, and beat that outside edge. That is brilliant from Santner. You can see how flat that is. But there's plenty of purchase. That's a peach. Left bemused.
Yep, nothing you've done there. It's all Santner. Absolutely fantastic. And just when it was needed too, the partnership just seemed to be getting going. Loves to stay on that back foot. 5 and a wicket, 162 for 3.
Hungry Jack's Carolina range. Try Whopper with flame grilled beef, sizzling bacon, tangy Carolina sauce and crispy onions. Or Jack's Fried Chicken Carolina. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
They are the next generation of native Hawaiian surfing.
All the hard work and dedication you put in, comes to these moments.
I'm going for the gold, got the world on my shoulders.
Two for Santner for 28. Him and Bracewell have been very good. Just the one over where Bracewell does go.
Big over for O'Rourke, this one. Really big. But hit the bat hard of Klaasen, give him nothing to get away on. He still has Rachin Ravindra and Glenn Phillips up his sleeve. Not to say they're going to bowl long spells, but just change up bowlers. He might think about Rachin Ravindra, who of course has had such a good day already, or he might go to Glenn Phillips, who's got a bit of a golden arm at the bowling crease.
You do think his arm will be shown by what happens in the next over to Rourke. Rourke manages to go right here, then he might trust him for a little bit later on.
Just a single. Yeah, I think back to Steve Smith in the first game here, where he worked with that fifth bowler and 1 here, 2 here, 2 there, just as he worked with his main 4 to try and just upset the flow of England's batting. And he managed to do it too in the end, like with 354 on the board. You didn't think he had quite done it, but it was a good job done by that fifth bowler. Nice shot, just a single. Actually still had to play well to get 350 and get over the line. But for a time it looked like England were going to get to 400. Managed to keep them to just over 350. A lot to do now here for South Africa. It starts again Markram having faced just 13 balls, and Klaasen to get himself started. Yeah, and the little openings, and you get the opportunity to, one, get the over of O'Rourke away, but build back up his confidence after he's gone for quite a few.
How's the running between these two? We've got a guy who's had to pass a fitness test here on strike. Henrik Klaasen as well, who had his injury was a finger or an arm injury, so not a running injury as such. I wonder about the running between the wickets here, between these two, and whether they've got the ability to really run at New Zealand hard.
The one good thing is that they played a lot of provincial cricket together, so they do have an understanding about each other. As I said, that one where he came back from Markram was like almost his fitness test, because he really did stretch that hamstring.
That's not too promising, is it? Yeah, well bowled. Good comeback for Will O'Rourke. 166 for 3. Nice time, and they need those jumpers. It gets pretty cold here. Night time. Stay in touch, can you? That's the question. Oh! Fantastic hands he's got.
Run rate has just snuck over 9. Just snuck over 9 runs per over. Quite a long way out. The New Zealanders starting to put the squeeze on again here. Singles are fine. Boundaries hurt, but singles and dots are just fine.
And now, as we watch, we'll watch the calculation of South Africa on what they must do to manage, 1, the risk, and 2, the scoreboard, and whether they're fussed by it at all.
So the thing we know after watching Klaasen over the years, there's kind of a moment where he decides, okay, enough's enough, I'm taking things into my own hand, and in that moment we're going to have to wait and watch and see if he does pull it off, because it's often against the spinners that he decides to go.
He'll do well against Santner tonight. What a catch that is. Matt Henry, he might have done himself a mischief, but New Zealand have struck a mighty blow here, and it might be one that takes them to that final.
That is massive, because it is the player they would have earmarked as the biggest danger man, and Santner now has 3 wickets. We'll worry about the Henry injury in a minute, but the short term is they've got to see the back of Klaasen very, very quickly, and for a big fast bowler, that is a really good piece of work. Let's just hope it's what they call a stinger. That'll sting. Seeing the back of Klaasen, 167 for 4.